Hello YouTube, and I have recently gotten myself a Vacmaster Beast from Amazon. So I'm going to go ahead and dive straight into the teardown of the package. And yes, I'm one of those guys who most of the time doesn't get up and get scissored. I just rip the tape. Although this one's pretty well packed, I'll hand them that. Usually it's just a tape over the top and I can just rip it, but this is well boxed. Maybe I will have to use the scissors. Whoops. Because I would just bust this box, but I don't want to risk busting the new vacuum at the same time. Yeah, I'll be right back. Alright. And we're back. There we are. Bigger than what I thought it was gonna be, but no biggie. There we go. So go ahead and drag the thing out. And here's the main unit. And then here's an extension wand and what they call the claw tool. Let's look inside of this bad boy. I won't lie, this is actually built quite sturdy. Here's the hose. It's a nice big hose for a vacuum this size too. This ain't small, like a lot of other people were saying. This is actually pretty big. I would say it's about the size of a, I want to say it's the size of a Pro Teams hose. No swivel at the attachment end. So here's your floor upholstery tool, a muffler, a foam filter for when you're picking up water. I'm guessing this is the, are these bags? Yeah, that's a bag. A crevice tool, a handle and some screws, and the hose holders. Alright, so I guess we'll begin the assembly here. So let me get a screwdriver here, or my DeWalt drill here. It's right on hand right here, so we'll start by reattaching the unit to the main body. So there we go. Switch was turned on, and then has a, yeah, this is a sturdy looking guy. I won't, but I mean, it's, so handle, I'll take care of that handle first. Yeah, and this is, I think, a car detailing unit, but I think it's, but I'm gonna use it for something else. I think I'll still use it for probably getting around places, getting around here, getting wet messes and so on, but I'll use it for something else too that I'll show you guys at the end of the video. So this, I think, just snaps in there, and then we get the screws in there, and they're a Phillips from the looks of it. So we'll just get the Phillips end. Okay, come on. Okay, that's tightened up. One screw does not want to go in its slot. But there we go. And then we can attach the hose to the front. Yeah, this is a fairly big unit. It's a screw-on. And then let me try and figure out these holders. I think go in that slot. I'll have to look at the owner's manual later to find that part out, because that don't look right. But I think that don't look right. I'll look into that later. But then that should allow me to store the hose on it, which is nice. And then it has a muffler to it right here. So yeah, this one came with a good chunk of stuff. I mean, it has a wet filter that it automatically came with, and then it has a disposable bag. This must be a higher end unit. So here's the bag that it comes with. I'll probably install that later on, but let's go ahead and plug her in and see what she sounds like fired up. It's definitely not. I don't know, let's see what it sounds like with a muffler on. I heard it doesn't make much of a difference, but I'll see. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do a water lift test and airflow test with it. Actually, I'll do a bared meter test right now. Let's see where this thing rests with the bared meter. So it definitely is well over 110 CFM at the hose, well over. So I'll go ahead and get ready to perform some real tests. Go ahead and see what the hose suction is. So from what I saw, it was just over 80 inches. So that probably means it's like, I want to say 85, somewhere around 85 inches of water lift. It was kind of wobbling around. But it's safe to say it was 85 inches of water, 85 inches of water lift, which is pretty good. So now for an airflow test. And now it's time for an airflow test. I did a test run earlier and I got like 5,707. So that, I think that pretty much means we're at what I test ran earlier. And this cone I don't think is a perfect setup, but it gets close enough. So I think, and right now, I mean, the running voltage was 112, so we're running lower than what we normally would get. And that's not a surprise considering it's the summer. In the summer, I usually get lower airflow results just by a little bit anyway. So it's safe to say that it would get 100. I think in the winter, with a higher voltage, I would get something like 150 something in the early 150s in terms of CFM. So, but for right now, what I actually measured at the highest was 149 because I think I got 5,707. So it's definitely higher than what I measured, even with like a Kirby nozzle. I mean, it's not as high as one of my sanitors, but it's definitely higher than what I measured with a Kirby, which is, I mean, it's a shop vac, so it needs to be kind of powerful to handle tougher situations anyway. So anyway, I'll do some measurements off camera, and then I'll show the results. Let's go ahead and test the amps on this thing. So it's about 11 amps from this unit. So all in all, I am happy with this unit and its performance. Definitely good CFM and water lift, and I think it will serve me well for the purpose I have served for it. I'm not. I'll show that purpose in maybe a short or a video. I won't have enough time to show it in this video, but thanks for watching and stay tuned for more videos, and I'll show this guy more.